And welcome back to some more Chad Talks Games. And continue with the Kingdom Hearts franchise. I completed Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC. Damn, man. That's how you do it, man. This DLC, to have all the stuff that I wish was in the base game, somehow makes the base game better than what it actually even was. To think that this DLC takes place where Sora was trying to get back Kairi and having to go back to the other people's hearts. But what's so cool about this is that they add so many extra things to add on top of the shit that was happening with the final fight at the Keyblade Graveyard. Even with having things like freaking with Aqua, where Aqua, like whenever they see the big freaking horde of Heartless, Aqua was freezing at that moment, seeing herself, remembering back at the times when she was sinking into the darkness, the times and memories, how she felt isolated and alone, and she freezes up there.
It can't be. No.
Mm-hmm. That's what she was seeing. She was seeing all of her freaking the darkness truly have one with her body. That's what she was scared of, to sink it back down into. It adds extra context and some extra like weight and understanding to why these characters behave this way. Even sure, there are some moments with Ventus where we had to go into Ventus's heart and had to fight somebody in there. Sure, it wasn't much, but still, it's something. This DLC adds things that I am just so appalled that it wasn't in the base game. Like, it makes no sense for it not to be in the base game, in my opinion. Even in where this game turns out, or this DLC came out a year after the base game, I'm like, damn, man, you really were just holding everybody up to then later release this. Even having moments which added even more moments to it, where we went and went through every single character again and did the same. Sure, we fight the same bosses, but they added more to it. Even making us be able to play as the different characters too. Just like how one thing I really said with in my Chaddy Talks games for Kingdom Hearts 3, I said, like, okay, we could have played as Vanitas here, or we could have played as Riku here, we could have played as Aqua here, we could have played as maybe even Roxas here, to add a bit more weight and a bit more like creativity to for us to actually play these characters that we already played before. Sometimes I look at how long to beat. Before I even started the franchise, I looked at how long to beat with some of these games, and Kingdom Hearts 3 was 29 hours. 29 hours. And that's what's said. And for me to be 16 and a half hours in, now I'm thinking to myself, like, 29 hours, okay, how the fuck are you gonna somehow do 13, maybe even 14 hours in this time span of it just being in this one world? So I'm trying to pinpoint and be like, okay, maybe this is how it's gonna be. Ventus fights Vanitas. We play as Ventus, fight Vanitas. We play as Aqua, fight probably Zigbar. We play as Riku, fight Replica Riku. No. And for us to have it here where when we go against Replica Riku, we can play as actual Riku here and beat ass as him, is like, I was saying to myself, it's like, why did you not do this, man? Like, to have now you play as Riku, fully have that sense of, I don't know, man. For me, I feel like I just have that sense of, like, to play as the character at this moment and all the stuff leading up to this character, it just adds a bit more, like, what am I trying to say? It adds a bit more, like, I guess, care, or I guess, like, sense of like contentment whenever, like, it if that's even the right word, whenever, like, I get to experience these events as those characters, to maybe be like, damn, I understand what's currently going on. I understand, like, what these characters are feeling at this moment, and it just makes it even more impactful, in my opinion. Even with a big, huge one for me is freaking, yeah. After that, yeah, we go fight as freaking as Aqua against Terra and Vanitas. even more sensational, playing as her, freaking insane. But also, what we do is that we go freaking with the three trio, the best trio with Axel, Roxas, and Zion. They actually add a bit more context to actually what was with Zion and how she even came to be. Before we even started this DLC, they added some shit where Luxord starts questioning who Zigbar even is, and actually with having a whole basically was it a chat or a meeting between Saix, Xehanort, and also even Zigbar, seeing like where they at with the plan, where everybody else is at, and like start questioning each other on like how the hell are we gonna do this? And then they bring up Zion and bringing up like how she is going to be like, yeah, their replica. She's not gonna have no memory of who she is. She ain't gonna freaking have no sense of attachment to anything. She's just going to be there to be their puppet again. And to have that context, to have it transition to now when we actually face her, and even moments when she's talking about, whenever Saix talks about Axel, she starts talking about Axel. Whenever they talk about Roxas, she talks about Roxas. It's like, you get that sense of lead up and build up to the freaking, to this fight and to this character. I'm like, damn, man, why was this not in the base game? And to even have like, yeah, Sora gets his ass beat, and they even have freaking Roxas come through, like coming from Sora's heart and saying like he wants help. He needs help to freaking to do what he has to do to defeat Xemnas and to reclaim the damn bond that Axel and the foundation of the bond that Axel and Zion have for each other, and him pulling up and being able to play as him. Do it. Ooh. Do your thing, homeboy. Do your freaking thing. We gonna ham on that ass. Dual shot to. Holy fuck, man.
Are you ready for this?
That's how you do it. That's literally how you do it. That's how you do it. That could have made Kingdom Hearts 3 way better. Oh my god.
Roxas, shield.
Just being able to play as these characters in these moments add a bit more freaking weight to it all, and being like how fucking dire this situation is, how meaningful this shit is, and how much shit and length you have to go through just to freaking end it. That's what it means, man. Like, there's no way. Again, I don't know how financials work. I don't know how game development work. I don't know how fiscal years work when the release of games. I don't know that at all. So I'm not gonna act like I do. But my question is like, why don't you have this? You have so much shit here, and I don't even know how you're gonna even play it out. And sure, maybe it could be a bit more repetitive and kind of like redundant to fight the same villains again when you're like actually going through everybody's hearts as Sora. But like, if you would have had that, especially maybe, I don't even know, man, if you would have had that, and especially be able to play as the other characters too, and especially characters you have played before. I was shocked we even played as Roxas. It was insane that we played as Roxas. But you could have freaking had that with adding that level of build up, that level of depth and understanding and development to even have Roxas have it. I wasn't even thinking of like why Roxas even came back to begin with, and him saying like he wants help for the foundation of their friendship, the X symbol that even gave them the opportunity to be friends to begin with. Like, it's baffling to me that this was not in the base game. You know, it doesn't make sense to me why this was in the base game. But this on its own is just a freaking sensation. Traveling into even, fighting the Xemnas and all of them again. Sure, it's whatever. Go through the same themes, go through the same thing. They're saying the same thing every single time. But even like transitioning to Sora wanting to save Kairi and going through all these different lengths, being like scared if he doesn't have enough time, having to basically travel through space and time and do everything like that. And we go through, even the Xemnas or Xehanort's world. Sure, we have to do some stuff to get fragments of Kairi's heart, with the 7 Guardians of Light. But like, it does something, man. Even at the final fight, the final battle where Sora didn't have any time left, he transitioned his soul. He connects his soul to freaking Riku and them, and then they have an even bigger fucking all out fight. Where like I was wondering the whole time, like, what the hell were they even doing here? Like, were they really just standing here, keeping like the Kingdom Hearts open the whole time, and then having the huge ass fight where freaking every single one of them are in sync, fighting together? You transition to each character, man. Even Terra, even Ventus, all those characters you transition to freaking be like, this is all out, this is the end all be all, and this is what we have to do, man. All we have is each other at this point, you know? It just, I don't know, man. And it makes me happy but sad at the same time how this wasn't in the base game. It makes me upset that it wasn't in the base game. And even whenever they quote unquote lose to a certain extent, and everybody gets into like their keyholes and gets freaking what's the word? Gets like damn now. My bad. Everybody gets like to different locations and get separated from one another. And like Mickey, what's fucking is with Mickey, like Mickey keeps on going. Sure, you don't do like the most things with Mickey, but like you keep on going forward, and every single time like you have all these different versions of Xehanort fighting Mickey, and every single time you freaking get your health depleted, the text thing says, don't give up, stand up and keep going. It just has that sense of like stakes, exhilaration, compel, like cohesion, pace. It makes it all better, man. It makes it all better. Push it into a path.
We are, all of us,
Are one. They literally could have had this for the freaking in the base game. They could have. This would have been a fucking impactful moment right here if it was only in the base game. But because it's not, man, they can't make the base game better. Trust and believe. They cannot change the score and how I was playing through that game. But trust and believe. It makes me feel something a bit. I feel something a bit. It sucks. But what can you do about that? You know, what can you do about that? Even whenever, we get all the fragments with Kairi, we get to play as Kairi against Xehanort. And that's the final fight where finally Kairi and Sora are here being able to work together. You know, anybody who chose to play as Sora, as every single time they were able to pick between Roxas and freaking Ventus, and not Roxas and Aqua, Riku, and even Kairi. Come on, man. There's no way you still picking Sora. But Kairi, like, she beating ass, man. She beating ass. I'm like, damn, homegirl, you really put in the work to the mother trucker. You know what I'm saying? Oh, homegirl, don't fail me now, home. Woo. Shit. Don't fail me now, homegirl. I know you can do it. What am I? Okay. Why do they always freaking do that, though? Okay, we good. We're not good. Good. Holy shit, I'm literally getting my ass. 7 wishes. Thank you, homeboy. Woo. Look how she holding it too, though, man. God, why was it inside the base game? Why was it not in the base freaking game? We good? Ooh. Holy shit. Easy. Need heals. We need heals bad though. That's on me. Good stuff, homegirl Kairi. Good stuff. Oh, absolutely. Where homie Sora? Sora, move your ass, homeboy. It just, damn, man. And it just adds so many levels. It makes everything make sense on like how the shit was happening. But I'm like, fuck, man, you can't do that. It reminds me back whenever I played Final Fantasy 15 back in I think 2022, and I played that game having the DLC where it's Final Fantasy 15, another Square Enix game, but having the DLC where it has different episodes of the main party members. I did not play the villain one with Adrian. I don't even people love his ass, but I play the other party member episodes, and it has depth for those characters. And what makes it even better about those moments is that it has the fill in, the context and what was truly happening to those characters at that specific moment in the story. So I just come to think as like, when in regard to those DLCs and also in regard to this Remind DLC, I'm like, what was stopping really the devs to not include it? You know, were they kind of like, and I don't know how none of it works, but were they kind of like they were on like their last minute with time, maybe a bunch of crunch and overtime that they had to work? And I understand, don't do that shit, you know? And maybe they just had to get it out there just to get it out there. But I'm just thinking, it's like, you have all this shit, and sure, you can extend the length to freaking 25 hours. Sure, for Final Fantasy 15, you can send it to probably like 50 plus more hours, not 50 plus more hours, but like more hours of what it was previously. But it adds shit to the story and adds understanding and weight and makes the characters be more compelling, you know? That's what it does, man. And yeah, it sucks that it wasn't, you know, but and then at the end for the Remind DLC to lead it, I'm like, yeah, they keep on saying like the inevitable sacrifice that Sora has to make, and Sora disappears because for him to traverse to other people's hearts and through the space and time, he's gonna disappear, and then that's where it leads up Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm like, fuck, man, it's something, man. I truly, this DLC had the opportunity to make the base game better. In my opinion, it does make the base game better. Does it change how I feel about the base game on its own merit? No, I still think the base game is bad. But if that DLC was in there, it could have made the base game like a fucking, like, all honesty, a freaking like a 7. Like, at least good, you know? Almost even a 7.5. Not that 8, but almost even a 7.5, because you add that, especially with the final battle, man. When the final battle, freaking, the whole time I was playing, I just felt so freaking, it felt so anticlimactic. Where, like, this is the final Keyblade War that you have freaking ever since Kingdom Hearts 1, because it's all connected to lead up to this shit, even having mobile games to lead up to that shit and to be just a disappointment. It makes no sense to me. But at the end of the day, man, you can't do shit like this. You can't just have like so many things that wasn't included in the base game that adds depth to the characters and to what was truly happening at these certain moments, these certain events in the game, and then just package it as something else, you know, and make it be something else. It's not cool, man. It's not. But what can you do about that, man? You made this part of the video. Hope you all enjoyed and stay safe.